Friday night Nitro to everybody. Hope you all had a positive, successful week. Nothing bad happened, and maybe, just maybe, a couple of you out there made some Nitro deals. Now, I know later on I'll mention a couple deals that I know my buddies made, but let me say hello to everyone that I see here, and then we will get down into the details of this. I'm going to say it right now. Unknown buggy to me. Now, I discussed it with our awesome channel mod, Lotus RC. He believes, when I take the body off, that this is a Kyosho. But you know what? After I looked it over, I just was not so sure, because the truth is, I don't remember any Kyosho that came a carb on top of the engine. Kidding around, everybody. That's just a joke. Rocky Mountain, how you doing? Rusty RC Nitros, happy to see you here, man. Let me get this thing a little bit better positioned, and then we will begin the deliberations on what this might in fact be. Now, I was just recently watching. Oh, hey, you doing there? We got Ben. Happy to see you here. Rory Holler. Let me change the perspective here a little bit. So, it's another buggy. I'm going to show you guys a couple pictures later on. Michael James, thank you, bro, for being a sickening channel member. That goes for all of you there as well. You know, I don't want to single one person out. You all matter. Anyway, let me say hello to the ones I see here, and then we will continue, everybody. We got John Hensley, Texas Hill. Been running a skid steer all day. Rocky Mountain Bashers. The first one was Jim. All right, guys, so let me get down to the details. I know you're looking at it right now, right? And you're like, Hybrid Man, why you overreacting? You're overreacting. It's not that bad, right? Go ahead, guys. You could tell me, Hybrid, you're overreacting. I won't get upset. You could literally say it. But there are a couple things here that not going to be awesome. Lotus RC, thank you for being a super sickening long-term member for 43 months. I appreciate it, man. You know, YouTube is becoming primarily channel member fan funded. You know what? Honestly, it's good and bad. It's good and bad. But what matters is, check out the sickening Traxxas stand I got that we're swiveling this buggy on. I've worked hard to try to reduce vibration. Can you guys tell how even this is? Vibration is awesome. I mean, super reduced. Anyway, so the question, Geomac, how you doing? Yes, the paint scheme is real nice. Now, I'm going to show you guys a couple pictures in a little bit. There's still people showing up here to the stream. I want you to know, I spent a good amount of time working on this particular model. So, even though I said in the title, will it run or is it toast? Can't even tell the brand. I still believe that. I still believe that because the carb should not be on top. All aspects, how you doing? Boosted RC, bro, how you doing? In a little while, Melissa will come over and bring me the stuff I asked for later on. But it's a buggy. Yes, it has a good amount of rust. But what I want us to focus on is, for now, primarily, what model it is. I'm going to take the body off in a minute or two. You could tell, oh, we got Nitro Addiction, man. How you doing? It's got some sickening yellow mudguards. I don't think I've ever seen yellow mudguards like this. Pretty dope. Pink, the blue, the orange, the yellow. This is like a fruit juice right here. It makes me want to go to, like, get a tropical smoothie. You know, but then when you go and pay like $11 for a tropical smoothie, you guys understand, you get 85% ice. And 10%, you know, fake sugar substitute, and then you get maybe 5% of some kind of fruit pulp. They're not putting real fruit in those fruit juices, bro. Let me tell you right now, everything is commercialized. There ain't no real fruit juice unless you make it yourself. That's the damn shame right here, I'm sorry to say. Justin Hardy, man, what's going on? I actually have a nice little surprise this week from our good old NitroGang friend, Justin Hardy. There's something in this envelope. If you ever saw South Park and Butters, the Butters episode, he had something in his pocket for you. I got something in this envelope from Justin Hardy for you. So I'm going to unbox, or should I say unenvelope this in a little bit. Geomat goes, it's an MP777. So Lotus RC had suggested that, but I actually sent them a couple pictures of this chassis without the body. I still don't particularly know. I want Melissa to please come here quick, guys, and I want to show you the pictures of what this was before. But before she does that, because I know she's like doing something right now, you all want to see what's in this envelope? I could take it out. Go ahead. Could I get a hell yeah? I'll take it out. Oh, we got Nitro Pimp. How you doing? A little more on some of our RC adventures this week. I'm going to show you guys my history on YouTube, and it will lead back to Nitro Pimp in just a little bit. I'm going to envelope this real quick right now. So this is another custom pipe made by a member of the NitroGang, Justin Hardy. He's right here in the chat. He makes these and distributes them worldwide. Did a video on one about 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to show you this one right now. This is another pipe. It looks like the other pipe, obviously, but this is another pipe. This is particularly a right-hand exhaust one. The one I had previously was a left side exhaust. So basically for like, you know, an RS4, this would be for like maybe any kind of Kyosho FW06 or 05, whatever, or a more modern RS43. So I'll be happy to run this pipe. It's a single chamber, and it got great results, my dudes. Great results. So hit up Justin Hardy. He's in the NitroGang. He can make you one and ship it to you pretty much right away. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be doing testing on this pipe real soon. It's actually quite nice to know that people make custom pipes for old RCs. One of the biggest problems... Oh, had a little earthquake of phone shaking. One of the biggest problems is getting correct 10th scale pipes. Because honestly, I remember most of us were running THS pipes, right? And today, THS is defunct. They're toast. They are dead, right? Booster RC goes hybrid. Can he make one for the big block Jado? So I know Justin Hardy makes... He has videos of that pipe on a Jado, and it was real good. So you really, you know, I mean, you don't really need like an 8 scale pipe, to be honest with you. That proper 10 scale will work normally on a Jado as well. I mean, he's posted videos of it in the group. If you want, you can go look, you know, they're pretty effective. All right, so let me do a little spinneroo on this. By the way, later on, I'll have a couple of updates on this week's progress. And I've done a lot of work. Some of it has been to this buggy. So we'll take a look around it. Now, I put in the title, so many mods, I can't even tell the brand. And I still stand by that, in fact. Blake, how you doing? He goes, is that a Storm? My understanding is this is not a GS Storm. I most definitely believe this is not a Storm. Draco RC, how you doing? Yo, Draco RC, your name reminds me of the Rocky movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was his opponent, wasn't it? All right, so I'm going to show you guys this buggy right now with the body off. Are you all ready for it? Just let me know. Can I get a hell yeah? I don't know, the chat is a little slow today. I'm going to wait a little while. Who knows? You know, times change. People change their habits. I don't expect it to be the same as it always is. You got to adapt, and you got to make things better than they were last time. Christine with a hell yeah. Nitro Addiction goes, is it a Mugen? As far as I'm aware, it is not a Mugen. Definitely, this is definitely not a Mugen. Let me forget about the carb right now. I'll tell you guys about the carb in a little bit. But, you know, this is the carb. The reason I have it out, so we could at least look at it. So no obvious markings on the carb in terms for the engine, but we'll keep this on the burner. I have a new silicone O-ring ready to go. I will attempt to fire this up. Tony Gabriel, how you doing? Thank you for joining, man. All right, so let's take off the body. We'll take a look at it. Actually, Melissa, can you bring the pictures first? Hold on a second, my dudes. I need Melissa to bring the pictures so you know where I started. Because, guys, this was like a 2-night event. Melissa. I'm coming. All right, she's coming. She's gonna. The problem is something wrong with my Facebook browser. I can't show it on my own desktop anymore right now. All right. CLZ Little John, thank you, man. NC Rider goes, is it an Offna? It might be. Woogie, how you doing, man? Woogie, let's hope it is a Novarossi. It does look like one. I just don't think it is. Dan Fuller, what's up? He goes, it's an Offna 9.5. We're going to see. Maybe it might be, bro. Okay. I just want to show you guys what I started with, okay? So what I started with. So this is how I got it. As you could tell in the picture, that's, you know, it on the ground right there. But, guys, this thing was real. I think they threw this out in the trash, to be honest with you. It was exposed to the elements for a very long time. Nitro Sounds, what's up, man? So it's real. It's bad. I mean, honestly, this looks like it was thrown out in the trash. All right, so let me go to the next picture. All right, Blake, let's go. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. We will find out, bro. I just want to show you guys a couple more pictures of the condition I got it in to begin with. So as you could tell, it was rustier than a Chevy Vega. Okay? You know what I'm talking about? Or maybe a Chevette. Yeah, probably rustier than a Chevette. Maybe even a 2002 Honda Accord, okay? Let's go JDM. It was real rust level right here. Canon Stuff, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here. Let me show you another picture. This is the side of the engine block. We'll take a look at the engine. I don't actually know which engine it is, but it is a sealed backplate. That's right. I'm glad Boosted RC got my reference with the Chevette. Exactly right, bro. So we'll take a look at this, but just so you know, it is a real rust bucket. All right, Melissa, thank you so much for your team effort right there. All right. You all ready for this? By the way, guys, I put a couple really good links for big block engines. The SH28 is on sale right now. Well, it's in stock, rather. So go get it. It's like $140. If you want a new engine, the SH28 is what you want for, like, you know, an average RTR type of thing. You know, obviously, you're not going to get a Novarossi over there. You're not going to get a Pico or nothing, but, like, it's going to be one of those. All right, so who is ready to remove the body and take a visual? All right, Dan Fuller is convinced it is a 9.5 Pro. The thing is, it might be upgrades. It might be upgrades. First, guys, before I take this off, actually, I'm going to wait a little while. I wanted to do a little, you know, weekly event where I show people my YouTube watch history. So we all know that Hybrid over here lives the life he says he lives on video. All right, so let's take off the body a little bit. In a few minutes, I'll show you a couple things. I do want to make sure you all know that Nitro Pimp released the best Savage SS kit video on YouTube. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. All right, so forget about the carb for now, okay? Carb lives matter, but in this case, they didn't matter too much. I will say it is super rare to find the buggy with this front panel not missing. Super rare. That's like, I don't think I've ever seen a used one where this whole front part of the nose wasn't busted. Very rare. Okay. Here she blows. So I'm going to spin it around. I've cleaned it up a good amount. We could talk a little bit about the mods and the upgrades it has. Now, normally, Kyosho's on the bumper would say Kyosho. This one doesn't say anything. But the thing is, I'm not totally convinced this might be some kind of cheapo bumper, but it does seem to have normal flexibility. I mean, it looks normal. Forget about the rust. I didn't do any of that, you know. So we do have the good milled shock towers. We have CBDs in the front, universal drive shafts, they're called, rather. Typical front buggy. I don't notice anything unique really about the front other than, you know, it seems to be complete. Let's spin it around. All right, so the first thing that I think matters, the engine and the pipe. So, the gasket does say Kyosho. The pipe does say Kyosho. Now, Lotus is convinced this is a Kyosho 777 or an MP 7.5. I did some research, honestly, can't really tell because there's so many mods on this, it's almost impossible to tell. Now, don't worry about the carb, we'll get the carb in later. Question to you guys, does anybody recognize that logo on the engine? I do not know what that is. Now, I sent a picture of this to my buddy Ben and Tarek. One of them is here now, I think. They said this was a Force engine. It might be, but I don't think I've ever seen that logo before. Anybody knows what that logo is? I have never seen that logo. But you got to give it to me, guys. Come on. I cleaned this fairly good compared to what it was. Right? Like, the pipe and header could have been from some other chassis. I don't know. Go fast, man. How you doing? Yeah, Texas Hill also doesn't recognize the logo. I don't recognize the logo. So we do have a sealed back plate. I washed it relatively good. See right there, it's we're likely gonna have to remove the engine. So yes, there's a good amount of rust. The rust has not left the building, everybody. The rust has stayed. Looks like the engine is sealed with silicone. Let's do another spinaroo. The rear end, real rusty, baby. Yep, Nitro Pimp. Yeah, I don't think anybody has this engine. They're probably all toast by now, you know what I mean? Literally all of them. So the rear shocks, definitely not original, because these do not appear to be even 8. No, they do appear to be 8 scale. Shock tower, obviously, you know, it's a carbon fiber. The rear could be fixed. I mean, all that rust could be mostly fixed. I don't care about the rust too much. Let's take a spin around. Justin goes, are the diffs good? So I don't particularly know because it's a center diff design. I would have to run it to really know. But they seem to be normal. There's no, like, notchiness or nothing. Let's take a look from the top, everybody, okay? From the top down. Okay, John Hurley goes, it's a Go engine. That makes sense. Because that logo did look like a G. Ron Fuller, man, what's going on? Happy to see you here, bro. Thank you for being a long-term Patreon member as well. Don't think I forgot. I did not forget. Guys, this week, a sickening Patreon NitroGang music video came out. Those of you that saw it, you're probably singing the tune in your head. I might release it this weekend. It's kind of like the NitroGang anthem going forward, okay? So, you know, the Rich Piana's 8-hour arm workout. This is the anthem when you repair RCs. Anyway, so let's take a look. Servo garbage. Missing the front servo, but the linkage is here. So this appears to be an RPM front steering setup. John Hensey, like that. That's right, man. So yeah, these linkages for sure are RPM. I know RPM blue when I see it. Guys, if you've been in the hobby for some time, when you see RPM blue, you know what RPM is, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know what RPM is. Now, this radio box, I have honestly never seen, I don't think I've seen this radio box design. This is not Kyosho. Kyosho would have like little ribs on top. I don't know what radio box this is, so if anybody knows, I would appreciate a little suggestion over here. Okay, John Hurley goes, it's not a GoTech engine. Oh, it's wrong. GoTech. Somebody need to look up GoTech. I don't know what that is. But take a look at this side. It says R28. So we have like a G logo and an R28. Monty Kriska, how you doing, man? Yeah, Nitro Pimp with a good comment here goes, this is just a buggy. It has no tribe. That is like the most logical metaphor I think I've heard today. All right, so probably a cheapo engine. I'm not too worried about it. Let's take a look inside the radio box. Well, the wires are not missing, but I don't know what model this is. Like, you could normally recognize a chassis based on a radio box design alone. I saw earlier, I didn't read it, someone said Sportworks. Definitely not Sportworks. Sportworks has different front-end design completely. RC Cape Cod, man, what's going on? Blake goes, it's an OFNA 9.5. Okay, I'm going to research that later. You might be correct. I do think this is an OFNA, actually. I do, because Kyosho suspension arms are different in the front. This does look like OFNA suspension arms in the front. Yeah, Dan Fuller goes off the 9.5 round, but with a Kyosho pipe. I think you are actually correct. Off the 9.5, it might very well be. You could generally tell based on the suspension links. you know, and the suspension arm design. I think that's true. Oh, we got Only RC, man. How you doing? Happy to see you here. Just taking a look at my new destroyed buggy right here. The question is, will it be salvageable? Boosted RC also concurs it's a OFNA. Yeah, I was stuck between Kyosho and OFNA, but I do believe it is an OFNA. John Hensley, bro, thank you for that. I'm going to read your super chat. He goes, hell yeah, for the hybrid, new song. Hybrid running rich and loud. Guys, when you see it, you're going to really laugh. You remember a couple videos ago, oh, Matt Season, thank you, bro, for gifting a membership. Oh, awesome, Rory Holler. Congratulations. Welcome to the membership gang. A long-time channel viewer. Makes me very happy. Oh, we got Joey's Ace RC in the house or no? Oh, yeah, Joey's Ace is here. How you doing? You know what? While we're here, before I continue, everybody, I want to start my weekly review of my learning through YouTube. So let's move this to the side. But let me just say, I will attempt to fire this up today. And the determination will be made if the engine is getting pulled. I might have to rip this thing apart, okay? Mr. Audio, what's going on? So let me go to my YouTube browser. Because I think, you know, we should know what hybrid is watching. I'm going to be honest with you. I like transparency, everybody. I like transparency. Today in the modern world, can't really tell anything about transparency anymore because everything is fake AI. You know, fake AI. All right. So what I'm going to do. We're right over here, my dudes. Let's do a little zoom in on my computer. Watch history. Reason I do this is because history matters. You know who said that once? The History Channel. Get it? All right, so we got us live right now. This is my air guitar just because I felt like it. Here we got, I was watching a car chase. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Oh, we got the Mazda MPV. Come on, guys. The Mazda MPV was a sickening all-wheel drive, very first retro van. Okay, Ray Coral, thank you, bro. Ray, I put a link to that engine for you. I'm going to discuss it in a little bit, okay? I'm just doing a little bit of a review of what I watched this week, so people know the kind of information that goes into my brain. You guys know, you know the phrase, Gibo? It's called Gibo. Gibo. You know Gibo? Let me type it in. Ray Coral, thank you. Gibo. You all know that phrase? Gibo. All right, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, garbage in, garbage out. You don't want garbage in, garbage out. Mad Season, thank you, bro, for the super chat as well. Anyway, let's continue with the reviews. Of course, we got Joey Nitro RC, guys. Go watch him. He fired up a vintage. It appeared to be a 10 scale Serpent. Welcome to the Serpent gang, my dude, okay? More on my Serpent later on, so Joey Nitro RC is getting it done over in the UK. We got Raw RC. Raw RC video came out. Looks like he killed a Kalari from a jump. I left him a comment. If you guys want to go chime in the comment, go to Raw RC. Give him a hell yeah. Tell him Hybrid said hello. Although, you know, we're basically all the same viewers. We got Nitro Pimp over here. This is the legendary Savage SS build. One of the most beautiful trucks, probably the most desirable model out of the non-XL models, right? The SS kit. As far as we both know, there's no good YouTube videos on this. So, Savage SS, you guys see this little red thing? That means I watched all of it. Don't wimp out. Go watch all of it, okay? Go watch all of it. 16 minutes, you got 60 minutes to spare, bro. Savage SS, he built it, he ran it, and it ran fine. Okay, actually, the brakes were wonderful. We got, of course, a WCW. You can't miss WCW, okay? And we got Mr. Bean. Can we get a hell yeah to Mr. Bean? John Hensley, I think that Savage SS is a 2-speed. Nitro Pimp, is it a 2-speed? I think it's a 2-speed, right? There were models that had a 3-speed. I don't know if that one is a 3-speed. Jim goes, I watched it. Awesome. Mr. Bean, hell yeah. Of course, we got the Honeymooners. You know, Melissa and I were watching this recently. You know, I learned a lot of things about Jackie Gleason. He was a maniac. But more about that probably never. This was a fake commercial. I didn't actually watch this. This is like autoplayed. This autoplayed. I don't care about Oakley made of Vanguard sunglasses. Stupid. Don't want them at all. Next, of course, we got, you all know what that is. You all know what that is. I don't want to say it. Next, we got both Bagwell and Billy Gunn. All right, this guy recently had a major operation. He wound up losing his leg pretty bad. He was in a bad accident, like from my understanding, he said about 5 years ago. So not good, not good. Any kind of health conditions. Next, we got, Total Recall. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Next, we got the Nitro RC Sniper Shop. Pretty good video. You guys could go watch that. Next, we got, what do we get? Oh, all right, we got like what a life sentence actually feels like. I don't know why. This was like in my recommended era. I don't know why. And then we got some Cat TV because Sandy's birthday was this week, right? So Sandy's birthday, he's been watching Cat TV all the time. So yes, hell yeah to Sandy. It's his birthday. He's 3 now, 3 years old to the cat. So I let him watch Cat TV for like 2 hours a day. And next we got some, manufacturing, pretty dope stuff. Worst place on earth in China. Van Damme, how drugs ruined Van Damme. Apparently he was a real hardcore drug addict. Not good. Oh, this was a real good one right here, guys. How pirates turned seawater into drinking water. I learned a lot. I could go over it in a little bit. There's many tricks. You could chart it inside of a barrel. You could put silver coins into a barrel. All antimicrobial type agents. Anyway, that's a little bit of the NitroGang view history. What do you think about that? Okay, let's get down to Nitro business, everybody. Right. Ray Coral, thank you, bro. I'll tell Sandy. But yeah, it's his birthday this week. We bought him some turkey. Guys, the turkey, hella expensive. It cost $10. Can't believe it. All right, let's get down to business, everybody. So I'm going to remove this buggy. And we'll start looking at it. And, like I said, I have to prepare to get it running. If it runs at all. Now, the big problem is the engine toast. It very well could be. Now, when I was looking at the carb, I've removed the carb. I did a lot of work on the carb, actually, guys. John Henson wants to know how I like the stand. It's a pretty good stand. Honestly, these Traxxas stands, they're not really any different than like those Amazon $15 ones, except this one can lock in place, right? There's like a lever here, it could lock. It's a good stand, but I wouldn't overpay for this. The $15 Amazon ones are basically, you're going to wind up with the same result, right? This is about triple the price. It's only about twice as good, I would say. So, yeah, it's pretty good. One Speed, how you doing? Sickening username. One Speed is all you need, I know. All right, so let's take a look at the carb, because this actually has a lot of detail. Whenever I get any used Nitro chassis, I always look at the carb, because the carb could tell you a lot about the tune. Now, Richard B., how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. This particular carb, I cleaned it real well. I also replaced the dust boot. So this is a completely new dust boot. The dust boot on this was destroyed completely. Based on the looks of it, people said it's a Go engine. From that pretty much means to me not incredible. John, how you doing? Happy to see you here, and happy Friday to all of you. If I forgot someone, I am truly sorry. Let me go see if anybody has bought that engine yet. Telling you, get that engine. It will blow you away. The very first link in the video, let me show it to you, actually. It's pretty important, guys, before I do engine repairs. Let me just show you this engine. So I added a special link for all of us. Basically, the very first link, SH28. Right? Right here, SH28, $144. Reason I wanted to put it is because, well, there's been a deficit on engines pretty much everywhere lately. I would highly consider stocking up if you could. Also, Ray Coral and everyone else, you could use a coupon on this. So let me just show you before you do it. It's a pretty powerful engine. 3.6 horsepower, by the way. So a Savage 4.6 is rated at 2.8. So this is basically LRP 28 level. okay, but for way, way, way less money. What you need to do is also use this discount coupon. So you could use this coupon, September 1525, right? Because the order is over, what is it? It's over 125. So that engine is basically going to be 130 bucks. Telling you, use it and click the link. That's basically the only way I'll get some minor commission out of it. You know what I mean? Okay, let's continue. The LRPs are all basically out of stock right now, so I checked already. That SH is going to be your best bet, my dudes. And, you know, keep in mind, the horsepower rating is actually better than the Savage 4.6 engine. By like almost by 0.8 of a horsepower. It's a significant amount. All right, let me get back to the examination of the carbs. This might be a little overkill, but this tells me a couple of interesting things. Look at now, I did a couple things. I reset the high speed and I, you know, put in a new gasket here, the dust boot, but I did not, and I also put in a new silicone O-ring, but I did not change the idle gap. Look at that massive idle gap. Does anybody want to tell me what they believe the problem was? Because this examination alone is actually quite interesting. Also, I noticed when I closed the high-speed needle at about this position, there's some kind of tension in the needle. All right, Nitro Pimp with the first correct answer. High probability we have low compression due to low pinch. High probability. What's up, Wonder Bread? Happy to see you here. NitroGang is cooking up old engines. You know what I mean? That's basically how it works. So I'm going to stick this car back in, guys, and I think we're just going to go outside and try to fire it up. There's not much else I could do, right? Because my goal today, I actually want to get that SH28 as well. I've been fiending, okay? I don't even like words like fiend. That word is stupid. All right, so we got a question here about the low speed from Go Fast. The low speed looks pretty normal. I mean, it's flush with the carb body as it sits, right? It's basically flush, so I don't see any issues with the high speed. I don't see any issues with the low speed. I checked the carb is pretty ergonomic, meaning there's no airflow outside of you know, where it should go. So if you plug it and you blow air through here with fuel line, it's perfect. So I'm going to put this back in, and I think we're going to have to just go try it out, guys. All right, so I know John Hensley earlier was asking about the Traxxas stand, and most of you guys were talking about it. So I'm going to use the stand just for this particular video. And I know Nitro Pimp earlier said something I didn't remark about it. He said this is the X-Max stand. I'm quite sure this is the 10 scale one. The X-Max stand is larger. I'm quite convinced. I'm going to lock it, and that's it. It doesn't... Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so now it's locked. So it's basically a little lever right there, and you can lock it. There's the lever. That's unlocked, so you could spin it, right? And then you can lock it. By the way, guys, I do have some interesting updates on the Serpent from last week's stream. Major advantages and work has been done. Major. Eric and Matthew, how you doing? Happy to see you here, Eric and Matthew. I saw your email with the most sickening dad. And just for you, actually, I'm going to show the update of the Serpent. I did a lot of work to it. Melissa, can you please bring the Serpent? That's the big-ass car? How you guys like that explanation? That's the big-ass one, okay? So bring the Serpent, and later on, if you guys want, I have actually major updates on the Offna LD3. I've been making Nitro great again every single night, okay? Every single night. But first, let's take a look inside the carb. All right, so inside the carb... Yeah. Thanks, boo. You can just put it on the ground. Who's the best? You are. Okay, you see, guys? All right, so I'm going to show you inside there. It's good and bad. It's good and bad. So I'm going to spin over the crankshaft. We have good light. Yeah, so there's a good amount of rust on the crank inside. A good amount of rust. It's probably toast. Ew, we got Andrew Pope. How you doing? This is my new brought back from death maybe buggy. So, I mean, a good amount of scoring there on top of the crank. I mean, you know, it could be polished, but this isn't a particularly high-end engine. It's really not that big of a deal. It'll probably be cheaper just to replace it. Repinching this is something I'm going to have to think about. But let's put the carb in, and then I will show you the Serpent, all right? Guys, I want to say thank you all for showing up tonight. You know, I could be doing videos, but because people like to participate in the chat, I make sure that I have good material on a weekly basis. If you've been in the YouTube world for a long time, you would pretty much understand that that is like the hardest thing to do. All right, let's get a 2mm driver. Well, that's funny. Where's my 2mm driver? Right here. Got it. Got it. Okay, let me see what we got. A question from Rusty. He goes, hey, Hybrid, is that center gear held on with 4 screws? So generally, all center gear designs on all buggies are basically the same. The answer is, I would say yes, it is. So what you have is you have a center gear, which is, you know, tunable center. It's called a center differential, really, with a metal spur gear. So this ain't some cheapo. And you have adjustable front and rear brake bias. So you have 2 different brake linkages. They have to be adjusted in concert together, or else you'll get a weird, you know, either too much front, too much back. So yes, and you have basically 4 screws holding down the entire assembly down to the chassis. It's pretty much straightforward buggy design. You put in the carb. Guys, could I get a hell yeah for the awesome video quality? I think this is probably, other than Texas Hill Streams, this might be the best quality there is that I've ever seen on videos. All right, Wonder Bread, thank you, man. All right, so I'm going to stick this in there. Then we'll get to it. I already have a good O-ring. All right, it's in there. I'm going to align it. It was basically straight. Okay, straight. Let me lower the recorder a little bit so you guys could see that I am pretty much flush with it. You got to be flush with things in life, guys. You got to be flush. All right, stick it in there real hardcore. Okay, and then I'll just turn it. All right, it's in there real good. All right, it's tight. So that's done. I mean, it's basically ready for a fire up. I tested the fuel tank. The fuel tank does hold pressure. It's good. Let me give you guys an update on the Serpent. You all want to see the Serpent? Serpent gang or what? Okay. All right, let's get ready for this. Serpent's pretty big. Major updates, guys. All right, so here we go. Obviously, I have done a lot of work to the top of the car. You guys might remember in my short, I had a battery pack that was zip tied over here, incorrectly AA. Now I've gotten the correct battery pack. All right, so now it's basically like that, which is how it's supposed to be. That's the correct layout of the battery. Major work has been done to this car over the past week since you guys saw the short. The 2-speed hits. It hits real good. Ray Coral, I see that engine. All right, someone bought the engine, thank God. Get them while you can, I'm telling you, because you guys are going to miss out on that awesome deal. I want to order one too. Oh, we got RC Nitro Flux over here. How you doing, man? Him and I talk a lot on Facebook. He is deep into RC projects as well, and he's an awesome YouTuber in the UK, guys. Trust me, I wouldn't recommend people that I didn't like as friends in real life either, okay? So go watch him and check him out as well. All right, so let me spin this around. So we got a nice clean battery assembly on this now. The only not too good thing I could have done better is the wire management, but whatever, for now will work. You know, this car is actually quite perfect. Hopefully tomorrow, depending on how things go, I might wind up, Lee, how you doing? Might wind up running this. Now, I know normally the old school style, when you had a larger receiver, the receiver would have normally been housed. Tony, thank you, man. Would have been housed over here. You could see the little area here for the antenna wire. But for now, I just have it like that. It's fine. Rear end is pretty solid on this. The wheels are good. I mean, guys, come on. You understand when I got this? This was literally a turd. Everything was disconnected. It was off. The engine is, I put it back together. It is beautiful now. Honestly, there's almost no issues with this chassis at all. Right? The only real bad problem is, you guys remember the second Serpent I had? Dead end with the engine mounts. Dead end. Cannot get the correct engine mounts. I need like engine mounts from a class of chassis like this. You know what I'm saying? Preston and Cats, how you doing? Preston and Cats, it's my cat's birthday this week. Could I get a hell yeah to your cats as well? Okay. Yeah, Ray Coral goes, yes, it was in many pieces, including the head shim. All right, so let me remove this. Later on, I have a couple more updates. So major work on this has been accomplished. Much cleaner layout now. This one is ready to go. The other one, I need the engine mounts. I'm dead end without the engine mounts. I tried several combinations, but you need the 8-scale pan engine mounts. Nitro Pimp recently, just this week, released a video on the rarest HBI Proceed. And all of these cars basically have the same kind of engine mounts. They're very narrow. Now, yes, you can get 8-scale buggy mounts. The problem with the buggy mounts... Oh, yeah, there's a mite on the front wheel. Sickening. Look at that. They're trying to eat my tire right there. Killed it. The problem with these mounts, they're not like buggy mounts. They're very narrow because the engine goes in, you know, perpendicular to the car. On a buggy, the engine is this way. It's longitudinal. Vertical, you could say, I guess, rather. There's not much space on the left or the right side of the engine here. So you basically need these exact engine mounts. I think pretty much any X-Ray or any Serpent will work. Let me go check A-Main, actually. Let me put in Serpent engine mounts. It could be X-Ray because they sell X-Ray mounts. Nope, so far we got nothing. X-Ray, because I know they sell 8-scale pan cars still. Alright, so it looks like this is probably what I'm going to need. Let me show you guys. It appears that this is probably what I'll need. Something like this. Which are the X-Ray RX-8. That's their on-road car engine mounts. Alright, Eric and Matthew, bro, please take a look. Now, I actually have a set of those. John Hensley, thank you, man. For Sandy. Melissa, tell Sandy. He's sleeping right now. He likes to wake up later and bother people, you know. But it's okay. I love him anyway, man. Tell you this, guys. You got to get a cat. It will make your life better. Texas Hill knows. He got cats, too. Anyway. I think this is what I need. I tried. The problem is I tried the Wolfpack racing mounts. For this chassis, they won't work. They're too thin. The screws basically... I don't have the correct adapters, is what I'm saying. I think I need something like... I don't even know if this is correct, to be honest with you, but probably something like X-Ray aluminum monoblock engine mount, X-Ray aluminum reinforced engine mounts. Let me see if this is it. Oh, RC Nitro Flux, thank you, bro. Also a big pet lover. He has a sickening Nitro dog. I think this is basically what I would need. Something like this. If you later on, I can talk a little bit about the engine mount issue with the other Serpent. The other Serpent's actually in this box. All right, I got angry at it, put it back away for a little while. All right, my dudes, let's thank you guys for supporting the channel. Of course, as always, means a lot. I'm gonna spend all that on engine mounts now, but that's okay. That's what you got to do. So let me just once again talk a little bit about these mounts. Actually, the reason it's kind of a situation. So unlike a buggy, you notice these mounts are real close together, the screws, because essentially the chassis is not very wide, right? It's thick, right? But it's not wide because the engine is mounted in this position. So most buggy mounts, first of all, they're too fat. The buggy mounts would like be up to here, meaning they would basically get in the way of the right side here. That's kind of the problem, I think. Anyway, let's get down to business with the other buggy. It's a little tough to kind of explain here because you kind of have to be there, you know. All right, my dudes, what do you think is going to happen? I'm about to get ready to go outside. Let me just take a minute here to look at some of your comments again. You think this is worth, if the engine is toast, is toast. Yeah. Yeah, Eric Matthew goes, I could have told you that. Well, I figured it out recently, bro. You are correct. Yeah, so the engine mounts are actually quite unique on the pan cars. You know, no, the reality is I never had an 8-scale pan car before, so, you know, it's a learning experience. Well, look, you know what? My neighbors pissed me off. You want to know how? High property rates. Who told them to overpay for their house next door? I didn't tell them to overpay. You know what they're going to do now? They're going to do a tax assessment. Okay? And look at the average sales of properties in the area. They're going to say, no, hybrid, your house is worth more now. Guess what, guys? I had to pay another $200 for a roof leak today. All right? Another roof leak. I can't believe it. All right, yeah, these yellow guards are probably some of the best I've seen. I agree. Yeah, Richard B., you are correct. This is not a Kyo show. Let me just bring you all up to speed. We've made the determination this is an Offna 9.5 with what appears to be various mods. But that's like my title, right? So many mods, can't even tell the brand. But now we're going to find out if it runs or not. Let me just get ready, and then we will go out, my dudes. Oh, Lotus, man, you have a good night. Stay real. Stay pain-free. Stay ethical. Let me get ready, guys. We're basically just going to go try to fire it up. I have a little bit of fuel in it because I was testing the back pressure. But we'll see. We don't need no servos or nothing. It should be good. Plus, it's not very late. It's only 9. It's about 9:30 in my area. So, you know, I'm an ethical dude. I don't purposely go piss people off with noise. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, there's like these lawnmower companies that cut people's grass that come every day of the week to different houses. They piss people off. John Hensey goes, fire in the hole. Man, we are about to find out. If not, this engine is toast. I'll probably take it out of the car for now. Well, let's go, guys. Do I need anything? All right, no, I don't need nothing. Okay, let's make it our way down. I'm going to turn the light off for a minute, okay? And when we get out, I'll turn it back on. Yo, Melissa, what's Sandy doing? Sleeping again? Must be hard being a cat. You guys want to say hello to Sandy? Hey, we got the birthday boy over here. Hey, Sandy, could we get a meow? Oh, we got a little meow. But it was more like a don't touch me meow, I'm sleeping. We cut his nails today. He's the birthday boy, everybody. Yeah. Come on, you know you like that. That's his favorite pet over here. Yep. It's sickening. All right. Yep. Everyone says meow to you, Sandy. Can you tell him a hell yeah? All right. Cat gang. Cat tail gang. Oh, he got me, everybody. It's okay. He don't use his claws. He knows how this works. Oh, he's like, Dad, you be pissing me off, Dad. Oh, push me out. Push me. Oh, he got me. Sickening. All right, Sandy. All right, let's go do fire in the hole. Hopefully. I don't know, guys. I'm not that optimistic. I'm gonna get stuff, and the lights will go on in a second, okay? All right, here we go. Let me go get my starter box, and we will see if a Nitro can be resurrected or not. Maybe. All right, getting set up. Got 81 viewers here. Appreciate you guys. Oh, Rusty RC goes 5 cat gang. Yeah, guys, I would get a second one, honestly, but, you know, I don't live in the biggest of areas. All right, my dudes, what do you think is going to happen? Honestly, I have the idle gap. As we know, it's pretty giant right now. That's a bad sign. If it doesn't fire up with that idle gap, what I'll do is I'm just going to open the carb myself. I suspect it's basically going to be that. Let me see which way this spins. This spins left, and this spins this way. Okay, so the buggy has to be positioned this way. Yeah, this way is forward. This way is left. All right, we ready? I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit in this position. Oh, you know what? Let me clean the lens a little bit. Lens is dirty. Hold on a second, there's a little vibration. All right, it's a little clearer now, you know, because I care about clarity, everybody. Oh, I gotta be careful. My leg hurts pretty bad right now. All right, so it's gonna be this way. There's fuel in there already. The only problem is I can't see much. You guys could see okay? All right. Damn, not having a... All right. So I'm gonna prime it a little bit. I'll let you know. Appreciate you guys watching. Whoa, starter box is going. All right, so fuel line is set up. Carb is good. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna blow in the fuel line a little bit. All right, there's fuel in there for sure, like 100% for sure. You guys could see okay or what? Don't worry, you don't need to see my face. You know what I look like. When the video comes out, you could say hello if you feel like it, all right? Okay. Great picture quality. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, so I'm not going to do nothing with the carb now. I got my screwdriver here. The needle should be okay. That's basically all you can do. Let's line her up. Yeah, but that was with a really high idle gap, everybody. It shouldn't be that low of an idle with that giant idle gap. I think her engine is toast. I'm gonna try it again, but I don't think it's gonna be good. What do you all think? I mean, honestly, you gotta hand it to Hybrid over here. This guy knows the starter box lineup at night, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try it again, but I think it's not gonna be good because the idle gap, it should have been it should have been way higher than this. It's probably toast. All right, yeah, Nitro Pimp goes, she's toast. Yeah, I would say it's toast. I'm gonna try it again, but basically this time what I'll do is I'll just rev it a little bit, but probably not gonna change anything. My carb settings are pretty much normal. And by the way, I have a new OS plug in here. Brand new OS plug, bros. Oh, Nitro Pimp, yes, man. I have some skills on the starter box, I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's do it again. It's probably gonna turn over and not catch. Yeah, so basically every time I started now, it's gonna, you could tell now the idle was even less, it was even lower. I'm gonna try it again, but it's not gonna change nothing. Yeah, you see that? That's basically what's gonna keep on happening. I can raise the idle even more, but that's about it. You guys want me to raise it? I can. You understand, I'm gonna be at like 3 millimeters soon, so. All right, I raised it about a half a turn. It's not gonna be good though. Guys, this is like, yeah, this is toast. I'll try it again though, but it's toast. Yeah, that's basically what's gonna wind up happening. I could lean it out a little bit, but I did about half a turn lean, and nothing's gonna change though. It's toast. Yeah, you see what I mean? That's basically what it's just gonna keep on doing. Yeah, it's gonna start up and die like that the whole time. I mean, the only way for me to get it to go any higher, I would have to manually open it like that. You could see him right there. Yeah, idle is too close. The thing is, I'm at like 2 millimeters in the idle gap, so like going up any higher is not a good idea. I could rev it a little bit if you want, but it's not gonna really run well. You want me to rev it? I'll rev it. Yeah, no, at this point, it's just basically killing the starter box. Yeah, so, you know, the thing is with low compression engines, I was basically doing like 50% throttle just now. With low compression engines, it doesn't really matter what you do. This is basically how they're gonna do. They're gonna fire up the first 2 times, and then after a couple seconds, they're just not gonna start again. I could do a couple more tries if you want in this position. Let me do a little bit from here. But basically, let me just show you where I am right now in the idle gap, everybody, so you understand why I'm not making nothing up. Dude, that's very, very high on the idle gap. You see what I'm saying? It's toast. Yeah, Texas, bro. This is basically what's going to happen. When you have low compression, it doesn't really matter. After like the first small 2 starts, it's just not going to start again. I can do a little more, like from this position, so you guys could see what I'm doing. But it ain't going to be good. Yep, it's over like Owen Hart was. Honestly, I never liked Owen Hart as a wrestler, like at all. Or Brett. Okay, Brett was all right. Owen, I just don't understand. I'm going to try again from this position if you want, but it's the idle is really open anyway. At this point, I'm basically just, you know, abusing the glow plug. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, nah, it's nothing. It's just gonna cause vibration. Yeah, there's no point to keep abusing the glow plug. It's toast. It's basically what happens is when you have low compression, it doesn't have enough back pressure to really force fuel from the tank, and that's what like winds up happening. Yeah, the pipe is pretty dope actually. Let me flip this around. I'm gonna turn this box off. Let me flip this around and we'll take a look at the chassis. So obviously this chassis got a good amount of life. I would say still left. Surprisingly, guys, it's not crooked. But let me spin over the flywheel. Yeah, you see that? I'm pretty much easily able to spin it over with just one finger. And it didn't really run that much, so it's not even totally hot right now. Yeah, this engine is extra toast, like a bagel. All right, I guess we're gonna have to go pull it, see how bad it is, and think of engine options. I'm really considering that SH28, to be honest with you. You know, I do have a couple of used engines, particularly one of my buddies, Tony, sent me a nice engine, but it's you know, also unknown history on it. So who knows, once you put them in, it might run bad too, but it's worth a shot. But, you know, overall, this buggy is actually not terrible. As they say in the UK, it's not in bad nick. So it might warrant a an SH28. We'll see how it goes. So let me turn this stuff off right here, and we'll go back in. What do you think about that, though? Does that get a hell yeah? Let's go back inside. I think that's basically the limits of testing for this right now. All right, let's go take a look at the engine, actually. Man, I am getting hungry. Yeah, for those of you curious, I haven't really had Taco Bell in like many months. All right, I'm gonna go back up. What's Sandy doing? Oh, Sandy's still here? Look at this. Look at this, my dude. Sandy's still chilling over here. Oh. How you doing there, kitty? Can't help it. I gotta pet him. Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, that's what he likes. Good job. You go back to bed, buddy. Go back to bed, okay? You go wake up in an hour and bother me, okay? Promise. We could play fetch or something. Yep.
He's not a dog.
All right, my bros. Let's go do some inspectioning, as they say. Close to 100 viewers. Thank you guys for showing up. Okay, so the test has been concluded. Dead engine. And pretty much as expected, really, because when you see a giant idle gap like that, that's what's gonna happen. Let me load my own stream here for a second, and we're gonna continue with step 2, and that is revival. Okay, stream quality okay, everybody? All right, so I guess at this point I'm just gonna have to pull the engine. There's really not much else I could do. Oh, Lucas Stolkup, how you doing? John Hensley with those NitroGang emojis. I'm gonna start pulling the engine. Hey, Melissa. I left the driver I need outside. Do you think you can get it, please? I left the driver I need outside. I can't really go up the stairs anymore. My back hurts. Yeah, it's outside on the chair, okay? It's on my favorite chair. The driver is on my favorite chair, boo. Okay, she's gonna go get it, thank God, okay? All right, Nitro Pimp goes, technically, it did run. Yeah, if you counted the seconds, it wouldn't be that much. But it did run. So she's gonna get me the screw, the driver I need. We're gonna take the engine out. We'll see where we're at. But I'm still thinking of that SH28. You know, it's just pretty mid-range buggy. It's not like a super top-tier one. But depending on whether a repinch is warranted, I think we could still make that decision. What do you guys think? All right, so she's going to get me the driver. I appreciate that. Yeah, Andrew Pope goes 28 is what you want. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, honestly, the clutch was good. So let's go over the good parts, right? Let's do good. Good versus bad. Good, it's not missing a lot. It's basically there. The fuel system is good. Steering linkage is good. The exhaust is good, right? I'm not missing anything. The clutch was good. Engine is not good. Thanks, boo. Appreciate you, as they say today. Everyone likes to say appreciate you. You know, like modern phrases, they're so freaking shallow. Who here agrees with me? Like, you know, I don't want to, you know, well, whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But I believe everyone just repeats things. They just, nothing but brain dead repeaters. Appreciate you. No, take your time and say something that shows that you watch something, okay? All right. Jay Crespo, what's up, bro? Richard Hughes, how you doing? He goes, Finna Prechiachu. What's that? Prechiachu. Well, okay about that, but Finna, I can read that one correctly. All right, so let's go. I guess we're going to get down to removing the engine. There's really not much else I could do at this point. Yeah, Wonder Bread, exactly. That's what I mean. I know you leave great comments, Wonder Bread. But, you know, I mean, that's the modern, you know, TikTok trend. And it makes you brain dead, right? Like, there's a recent study that came out. Nitro Pimp goes, is the engine high-end or replacement? Do you mean this one that's in there? This is, like, not a high-end engine. I actually thought it could have been because it was a sealed backplate engine, but it's not a high-end engine. It's pretty much a mid-range engine. Probably on the low end. Okay. Oh, that was a tight one. Oh, appreciate you. That's right. I got it. I read it correctly. Yeah. That's a problem with this, like, modern, dumb, short, instant gratification social media. It makes people into brain dead. Well, I don't want to use negative slang over here, but basically it does. I'm honestly surprised that TikTok is not going to be removed from this country. You know, you guys heard that decision recently by our president that they will allow it if they form a new company. I'm sorry, guys. New company, old company, it's brain dead nonsense. It encourages stupid, fake pranks and contributes to nothing. Contributes to nothing. Yeah, I'll be sure not to scratch your chest, everybody. Yeah, thank you for that. All right, we got this one. Yeah, like I said, this buggy was likely just left outside. Somewhere real damp because it's real rusty. I mean, there's this guy I went to, if you guys want, I'll tell you a little story. There's this guy I went to college with. I see posts from him all the time. He's not in the RC community. Nobody would know who he is. But I went to college with him. He was pretty up there, you know. He was the kind of guy that, like, showed up and then ate and left. He wouldn't even stay for like meetings. It was like a student government organization. The guy wouldn't even stay for the meetings. He's a piece of crap, to be honest with you. He would just show up, eat the food, and bounce. And now he keeps posting these, like, nonsense posts about, like, how much money he makes through Facebook. I think he's a liar. He's 100% liar. There's zero chance that that guy is making bank on Facebook at all. It's not possible. That's the problem. You know, you got people representing fake lives. Blue Ford, how you doing, man? Blue Ford. I had a Blue Ford one time. It's not just TikTok. This is basically everything. It's all modern social media because the goal is to elicit a response. You know what I mean? Well, you could say that about the history of wrestling, right? Today I was watching a documentary on wrestling, and they were talking about, you know, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. The goal is to get a response from the crowd. But to be honest with you, responses matter. I don't support that kind of logic because you can like commit a crime and get a response, right? Like, is that logical? No, it's not. You know, to get a response, bro, that's you could do something, you know, illegal and get a response. Come on. No ethics. No morality. And that's the problem we got. All right, my dudes. Engine is out. All right, so here we go. I mean, the clutch was good. It's all rusty, but, like, you know, there's no play. The bearings are okay. It's quiet. It seems okay. Yeah, Texas Hill agrees. That's the thing today. Everyone's like, it's good. It's good if it gives a response. It's good if you get bad attention. It's not good if you get bad attention, okay? The type of attention you generate and draw to yourself should matter to you. And honestly, if you're the type of person that believes any attention is good attention, your name might be Kim Kardashian. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Canon stuff is actually correct. It's a Singaporean guy that owns TikTok. You know, I don't want to talk about who owns what. Like, it really doesn't matter what country owns it, in my opinion. It's the instant gratification of the modern generation to basically commit actions that don't matter. The only thing that matters is to get a response. That's not my goal, everybody. All right, Coral, man, you have a great dinner, and I will talk to you later, man. Okay? The thing is, getting a response is not the end-all and be-all. That's actually nonsense. You guys know that popular YouTuber, his name is Johnny Somali? Johnny Somali? Well, this guy basically he's all over YouTube, you know? No, the thing is, Christine P, thank you, appreciate that. Canon stuff, I agree. You know, this guy, Johnny Somali, I could pull him up on YouTube if you want. Basically, the story is he went to South Korea. You know, South Korea is alright, but it's still a strict. And compared to, like, the Western world, South Korea has relatively a strict culture. Okay, let's just call it what it is. That's okay, kid. How you doing, man? I'm going to remove this cooling head in a little bit and do stuff. But, you know, he was basically caught committing crimes on live streams. He was doing it all for live streams. Guy stole, like, a police officer's motorcycle. He took a hat off his head. Like, a bunch of stupid little crimes. But you understand, if you stole a motorcycle that's a police vehicle in America, you'd be going away for a while, okay? But for some reason, this guy believed that it's okay. This guy's name is Johnny Somali. Exactly. So Canon stuff knows. Yeah, I'm gonna read what you just wrote. Exactly. He goes, Johnny Somali is a joke and Vitaly is stuck in the Philippines jail. Exactly. They're all gonna be in the jail for about maybe 15 to 20 years now. You know, it's really bad. And, you know, like that incident with, it's called rage baiting. People rage bait these people, and then they do stupid things for clout and money. It really is all about money to them. And that's the problem. You have people that are willing to donate for people to do bad things. That is actually where I draw the line. You guys with me on that or what? That's where I draw the line. Right, everybody, enough line drawing. Let's do some engine removals. I'm gonna give you all an option. What should I remove first? Cooling head. Yeah, Texas Hill agrees. Or the back plate. You know, I can actually talk about that for a while. The plug goes Blue Ford. The plug, I think the plug is okay. I actually replaced the plug. The plug is new. So trust me, the plug is good. It's a new OS plug. Yeah, Canon stuff goes. I love the Philippines for 4 years. Lived in the, people don't do dumb stuff and you're okay. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly correct. If you don't do things for stupid, you know, teenagers online that tell you to commit crimes because it's funny for money, you're going to be okay. And that's kind of the problem. And, you know, he's only one out of maybe a couple thousand people doing it. Let's face it, a couple thousand people. All right, I think first people want me to remove the cooling head. All right, we could do that. So we need a 2.5. Here we go. But, you know, what I was talking about is that kind of social media culture where you could live stream and do things for, you know, well, basically for money and clout. That's the problem. Yeah, Nitro Pimp goes, forget it, just the pipe and remove the rest. You know what? I think that's probably a good idea. I'm going to start off with the pipe because it's going to be easier for me to get around. But I think it ran, you know, not good, but it ran. All right. Yeah, the pipe and header is good. Oh, okay. James Simroth, man, how you doing? Let me give you a little update. It's a buggy I got. And engine is toast, basically, so let's take a quick look inside. I mean, you know, it looks normal from here. Some scratches, but you can't really tell much. It's low compression anyway. I can almost easily spin it over. All right. Okay, so the skirt looks actually okay in there. The connecting rod looks normal, but I can basically easily spin it over. All right, next part, guys. Go ahead. Do the bidding. The head or the back plate. I think I'm going to do the back plate first. Because I want to see what kind of seal we got. Paige Smith, what's going on, man? Happy Friday to you. Underbread goes by a new engine. That's pretty much what I'm going to need. So I'm going to do the back plate just to take a look. I mean, you know, what I'm trying to achieve now is just to see if it's repinchable. You know, if the engine is in a good enough condition to even do a repinch. JW, what's going on? So the brand, we've determined it's a Go engine, which, whatever, it's not one of the most renowned brands. Probably similar to Force. It ain't no Pico, though. Offna guy, if you're here, if you're not, we got a little shout out. You're the Pico VP. If this was a Pico, I know Offna guy would be here. I know it. I just know it. A lot of sealant on that. Yeah, Andrew Pope has a Gold 21. I'm sure it's good. This one is just toast, you know. It was, so when I got it, I mean, I showed pictures earlier. It was no air filter and the whole thing was rusty. So, you know, it wasn't good to begin with. Let's call it what it is. All right, let me remove this. Probably going to be tough to move it. Oh, yeah, there we go. It moved. Okay, it's popping out. All right. All right, so, yeah, it's pretty much as expected. It's hella rusty on the inside. Yeah, it's basically toast, I would say. I mean, other than the rust, bearings feel notchy, and there's just no compression anyway, so I don't think it's worth disassembling anymore. What do you guys say? Yeah, there's rust all through that crankshaft. I kind of had hopes that because it was a sealed back plate, it would be okay. But, you know, because usually those are like pretty much closer to race engines. And, you know, people usually take care of them better. But in this case, it was probably just left outside for a long time and just destroyed. Who knows? But I think this buggy could be repairable. Let's take a look at the rest of the chassis. Seems to be in pretty good condition. We have metal supports. Oh, leaks all around, of course, too. Yeah, I gotta go get some tissue paper. Hold on a second, everybody. once again, I appreciate you guys for showing up tonight. Decision has been made. Make this buggy great again. I honestly wanted to run it tomorrow, but based on how it looks now, it's not gonna happen. I mean, in this week at least. Wonder Bread, thank you, bro. By the way, Wonder Bread, I want you to know, whenever I see your comments on Nitro Pimp videos, I say hello to you. Just because why not? You know what I mean? Because why not? Helps them out too, you know? Anyway. Rusty RC wants to know, what about the front upper arm? Oh, I see right here. No, it looks okay. It's just a little bit of it just looks like it's cut. No, it looks to be in one piece. Steering is smooth. I mean, you know, some of that rust, it's no big deal. I could replace the screws. It's not the end of the world. Tarek, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. Let me give you all an update. So right now, we just did a little bit of a startup. The engine is toast, bro. It's extra toast. So I took it out. This is the result right here. We got no compression. We got rust all over the place. Engine is extra toast. But other than that, I mean, it fired up. Repinch wise, I would say probably not worth it on this motor because of the rust alone. Yeah, so the engine is toast. I do want to point out. Oh, Plan B goes Tarek. Plan B is new engine, man. Because, well, repinch I don't think is going to happen. This buggy is actually pretty good. People have determined that it's an OFNA 9.5 with a good amount of mods. So, luckily, there is an in-stock SH28 engine that I told a couple people to look at. I'm going to show you guys again. This is going to be basically what I think I'm going to wind up having to get. The thing is, I do have a couple used engines. The problem is, they're all basically unknown condition used. And the SH28 right here now, back in stock. And there's like a $15 coupon. So you could essentially get this for $130. I really would prefer to get this. We'll see if I can make it happen or not. You know, other expenses do exist, of course. But if you're going to get an engine, I would highly recommend you get something like this for pretty much any big block, buggy or truck or whatever. But as it is right now, Andrew Pope goes, get a Alpha 28. Don't even know where they honestly sell them, to be honest with you. So this buggy isn't the best. It just needs like a regular RTR engine. Doesn't need anything fancy. You know, I do plan on running this. It has a couple good mods. The gears look to be in normal condition, but the engine is extra toast. And, you know, as I said before earlier to you guys, when I went outside right now and fired it up, you know, it didn't even run with that kind of an idle gap. Oh, JW wants me to grab a $400 motor, bro. Come on, I'm a New York City resident. Do you know how many taxes I pay over here? They take all my money for taxes. Okay, man. So it didn't even run with that kind of an idle gap, which is obviously a sign of low compression. And it's like basically the truth right there. I have another car as an update if you guys want to see. So that's basically the reality with this. It's toast. This can go straight in the bin, as they say in the UK. Go put it in the bin. Put it in the bin. Okay, the bin. Here we say the garbage. Tarek, bro, thank you for that. He goes, let's get the engine and make Nitro great again. I'm going to most likely order it up after this video, bro. Okay, because I got too much stuff going on. I appreciate you, man. Great super chat. So let me give you guys a little bit of an update of what I promised I would. But yeah, unfortunately, this engine is extra toast. There's no coming back from it. You know, you guys might know I'm actually collecting engines to send for a repinch. I have a few of them in bags. You want to see? Just so you know, I'm not trolling you. So this is one of them. It's basically ready for me to remove the piston and sleeve. It's in a bag, which means this could be repaired. Right? So I am collecting them. This is going to be repaired. JW, yeah, bro. No, I totally understand, man. Oh, we got OFNA. Yeah, you know, I do have some good engines. But honestly, I want something that's pull start for this. That's like simple. And I think I have like 3 other engines I've already disassembled getting ready. So let me give you an update on the thing I said I was going to give you an update on, huh? Oh, awesome from Nitro Pimp. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you guys. Sickening donation from Nitro Pimp. Actually, this was my update for Nitro Pimp, bro. Thank you, man. Let's get ready. You all remember this? The OFNA LD3. I've done a lot of work to this recently. And I wanted to give you guys an update because the last time when I left off on the video, probably some incorrect assumptions were made. And I wanted to give you guys an update. So I know Nitro Pimp a while back, it was about 2 weeks ago, sent me a pair of the clips, what are they called? The clips you needed for the retainer. Forgot what it was. So I removed the gear. Could not remove this second gear. It was impossible. Like, there's something wrong with the clutch hub. I could not remove it. Anyways, I took a look around. I realized that this guy that I got the car from had the engine installed incorrectly, actually. Yeah, snap ring pliers. That's right. Snap ring. That's right, guys. Thank you for letting me know. Lasso Kid, man, thank you for that super chat as well. All of you guys, of course. We're going to get that engine. So, Nitro Pimp was going to send me some gears he had, but honestly, I don't know if I still need them. I might need them, but for now, it rolls okay. It's not the best. You know, the gear mesh and the teeth are missing. But the thing is, I was actually able to get a little bit more tooth coverage. Did I say the word correctly? Tooth coverage. You see, I'm still missing like a good 40% overlap on that second gear. The problem is I could not remove that gear. It was not coming out. I tried basically everything. It just wasn't working, my dude. So I decided to just put it back and keep it how it is. Also, a buddy of mine, you guys know him, Ben, wound up hooking me up with a Megatech carb. So we have a good carb on here, hopefully. And I mean, the gear mesh is not the best, right? But it does spin relatively okay. You could see how close it is. It is real close. So this will fire up. I'm quite confident. Funny thing, when I went to go test it, realized I was tuning it with a hole in the boost chamber. Can you believe that? Literally was tuning it with a hole in the boost chamber the whole time. Guys, can we get a shout out, hell yeah, to OFNA guy and everyone else here. Anyway, pretty good update. I know last time when I showed those engines on eBay, someone went and bought them. Guys, I'm happy for whoever got them. You know, listen, if I show you auctions on eBay and someone gets it, I'm not going to cry about it, okay? Let me tell you right now, I'm not going to cry about it. So, pretty much good update on this, but the gears are real bad. That is probably the closest the clutch belt can get without rubbing. I mean, guys, come on. That is real close. You see what I'm talking about? But I think he'll run temporarily. So I was thinking, really, even though I'm missing a tooth in the second gear right there, technically the clutch belt is connected to both gears at the same time, right? So when power is put down, it's really going through the center shaft, the input shaft. Does the logic make sense? It really isn't that big of a deal that I'm missing one gear as long as there's no gear on the adjacent gear. So I think logically it should be drivable, I think. Probably. But anyways, that's the update on this OFNA. I don't know. If you guys want, I could probably go try a fire up on this right now if you want. I mean, it's a little dark outside already, but... Actually, it's already 10 o'clock. I can't do it. I got to respect my neighbors, my dudes. Got to respect the neighbors, all right, everybody? I'm going to stick around a little longer because I see some people just joined. Normally, I would go order up a pizza right now. But I'll stick around a little longer. And let me pull out the Serpent once again, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So like I said, thank you guys for the sickening super chats from Tarek, Nitro Pimp, Lasso Kid, all of you guys. I appreciate that a lot. Here's the update on this. Texas Hill, that's what I ordered, the mushroom pan pizza. Serious. Melissa don't like it. But you know, the good thing about mushroom pan pizza is when you order something someone doesn't like, you get to keep more of it. You know what I'm saying? For yourself. Kidding around, my dudes. Kidding around. Yeah, their stuffed crust is real good. So here's the update. Dylan, man, good luck racing your Serpent Vector. That's what I like to hear. Here's the update. We got the battery tray situated, ordered the correct battery. This is basically a Revo style battery. Like, well, I don't want to call it a Revo. They use them in the Traxxas Revo is what they use them in. So that's pretty hardcore. Engine is like new. Now the problem, as I said before, with the other Serpents, the other Serpent that's in that box, you guys want me to show you what the problem is? I can go get the engine mounts. I had planned for it. It's kind of a big deal. Can I get engine mounts? But, you know, I don't think I want to make that conversation on that today because got no table space. But yeah, I've been pretty busy. I mean, you can't say the Serpent has not come a long way because it has. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the update, everybody. I'm going to stay for a little while longer. There's a couple viewers here. I appreciate that. The question is, I got a question for you all. So I showed you this pipe earlier. This is the new pipe from Justin Hardy. He custom designs pipes. The question right now is, what Nitro 10 scale, you have to pick a 10 scale, should I run this on? I'm planning on running this maybe this week. So you guys remember my old video, that was a left side stinger. This is a right side stinger. Now, I think I will run this in probably RS43, I think. Or maybe it has to be a right side exhaust engine. What do you think, RS43 or something? I think so. Honestly, this pipe blew me away. Real good pipe. Yeah, Lasuke, thank you, man. That's like the biggest problem is getting freaking pipes these days. All right, my dudes, I'm going to devote a couple minutes to talking to you about the things you're working on, and I'll read some of them in the chat. So while you're here, feel free to put in the chat what you're working on, and we'll look at some sickening Nitro in the background. I know John Hensley out there working on a Savage. So Nitro Pimp likes the Serpent. I did a lot of work on this, bro. Like a lot. Wire management could be a little bit better, but honestly, I believe the cars during this time period, the wires just, they weren't really designed for effective wire management, right? I wonder if there are rubber tires you could put for these, because honestly, I feel bad running the foams. Oh, Texas Hill, that's right, I gotta make sure I say that. Texas Hill painted a new body for the Kyosho GT. I saw that video, bro, it was incredible, it was amazing. Guys, you should go to Texas Hill's channel and look at his body. It's one of the best paint jobs ever. He's the VP of the GT1 division, by the way. All right. Lasso Kid is working on a Micro T. He blew the motor. Oh, my goodness, man. That's not cool. I'm sad to hear that. Let's see what else. What you guys are saying. Okay, Dylan Siebert here with a good comment. He goes, if you unbolt the entire top tray, you can route the wires. That is correct. Actually, I was considering doing that. You're right. Unbolting the entire top tray is quite easy. There's literally only a couple screws here and here. It's actually that was a great comment, Dylan, bro. That's why you're a member of the Nitro Gang. That makes total sense. Okay, let me see what else you guys are saying, and we'll continue. All right. Jim goes, he's working on a Mad Force, a New Era aluminum chassis, and the Kalari .30. That's a crazy combination. Yeah, Nitro Pimp goes, wire management doesn't suck. It doesn't suck, you're right. What really matters is you're not putting stress on your receiver connections, right? Because a lot of times you understand these are like old wires that I'm using. Basically, some of these servos are old. So they're not very flexible anymore. You don't want to create undue stress. So I always zip tie next to the receiver and then here and then, around the power switch area. So yeah, it could have been better. It could have been worse, but it's not bad. This was also kind of like my very first setup. Wonder Bread goes work on a Savage 21 and the 25, which they're the same chassis, basically. That silver chassis. Let's see what else you guys are working on. JW goes working on putting together a Nitro Mugen MBX8R. That's a top level one right there. Laxadaisical, how you doing, man? Thank God I didn't mispronounce her name because I'm a smart guy. Kidding around. Working on a Revo 3.3. Rebuild just finished breaking in. Haven't been able to say 2-speed baby at all. Lackadaisical, please yell 2-speed baby for us tomorrow. Bro, if you record yourself doing it with a clip of the video and send it to me to my email, hybrid32494, I'll put it in the video for you. I'm serious, man. I will seriously put it in the video for you, man. Okay? I'll even call it channel member yells 2-speed baby. Hell yeah. Okay? Nitro Pimp is correct. What matters with the wires is that it is out of the way of mainly all moving parts and belts. Correct, because, you know, we have belts under there, so you don't really want to put the wires on the bottom. That's good comment. James goes, getting ready to make Nitro great again with a flying fish. Now, that deserves a hell yeah. Probably the last 10-scale Nitro we can buy is the flying fish. Sad to say, and in an RTR. Everyone's getting the flying fishes, man. Honestly, I go to the RC track now. We're thinking of starting a flying fish race league. Because, like, you know, there's parts for them. They're easy to run. They're not crazy fast. So, they're kind of low entry level. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Only RC Nitro goes. What really matters is we are all making Nitro RCs great again. You are correct. Terra goes sickening. It's going to be the flying fish racing gang, man. I'm sad to say because, like, that's all we have in terms of, like, you know, buying new cars. There's no other 10-scale Nitros to run. That's the thing, like, out of new cars. There's nothing. James, you got it, man. All right, guys, I'm going to be here for, like, 2 more minutes. I appreciate reading your comments and your projects because at the end of the day, it isn't all about me. I'm just the guy with 2 sickening Nitros on the table. I know you guys out there got tables, and you got Nitros on those tables as well. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Guys, thank you so much tonight for the super chats, for that engine plan. We're going to make something happen. I'm going to be here for about 1 more minute. You guys could say your goodbyes to you. You know, I don't like to leave abruptly. That's not what it's about. John Hensley, man, let me know how that Savage repair goes. By the way, guys, John Hensley got a Savage with reverse. The real rare reverse function. I gotta say, guys, the Savage reverse is real solid. That system, I have, like, I think I do have a Savage with the reverse. It is real good. Like, the system is good. I know there were newer generations that had a mixer. I don't think you have one of those. Yours is just like basically a mechanical system. But there were ones that had a 3rd-channel mixer with slightly newer generations. All right, my dudes. Nitro Addiction, man, you have a good night. Nitro Addiction, you doing some racing this weekend? Because I know on your stream you were building buggies all week. So I think Nitro Addiction is going to hit some racing. Rusty RC Nitro, man, you have a good night. And I'm about to roll out myself. Let's all wish everyone that's doing some racing. Oh, Nitro Addiction, next week he goes some racing. And that's about it. Nitro Pimp goes, I'm going back to the Savages. Got the X running while breaking in the SS. He's using Nitro Synergy. Okay, you got to run one, record it, break one in, record that later. Okay, I know how it's done too. That's how it's done. Can't leave a Nitro behind. You also can't lose a video. I've done that before. It's pretty bad when that happens. All right, guys, I'm going to go probably order up a pan pizza like Tarek recommended. Maybe even a stuffed crust one because they are pan pizzas. Guys, stay real. Don't be Johnny Somali. I'll see you guys on the next one.